And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. And Oklahoma City starts out with the ball. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. And these two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
A wide open look here for Caruso. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. And Holiday, here we go. Plays it up and banks it in.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
The shot by Holiday, no good. And here are the Thunder now. It's a three-point game. And we all hear talk about Drew Holiday's defense. But, you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him.
5 to shoot. And it's Brown missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Outside, Dort. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Porzingis. And the way the Celtics can attack teams, Doris, with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
Nice ball movement by Boston. Tatum down low. And the shot goes down.
How about that? The quick feet, quick thinking makes the play an easy one in screen and roll action for Jason Tatum.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Caruso. There's a screen by Williams. Driving in. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses from short range. Celtics trail by 4. Outside Tatum. It's tipped. Back to Holiday. Launches it. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Outside Williams. A 3-ball. Porzingis with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Got that one up quick.
Well, you catch the defense off guard by being willing to fire as soon as the ball touches your hands.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Right wing. Nobody near Williams. Trains it from beyond the arc.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Outside, Porzingis. Back to Holiday. Over in the corner, Brown. Screen by Porzingis. Brown with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. Just 5 on the clock. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Had a chance to catch up with Joe Mazzulla. We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. And at the other end, he's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line. That's what makes this 7-footer such a special player. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
Outside, Williams. Pass to Caruso. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Celtics trailed by 6. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
17 seconds left to play in the first.
What outstanding defensive anticipation and a poor decision passing.
Holiday looking for an opening. A nice shot by Tatum.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Thunder leading by 4. And we'll be back right after this.
13.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Thunder, guys.
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player of the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Taken away by Holiday. Outside Tatum. Brown wide open. He fires. That 3 off the mark. The Thunder leading by 4. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Caruso. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. No good from outside. Tatum down low. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. It's White on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal.
That's just phenomenal defense. The defense feels like it's all over the place and knows exactly how to guard it.
And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, the length of SGA. Get off your feet, young fella.
Inside. Taken away by Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He's picked up by White. driving to the basket.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 points for him. Williams can't get it to go. Tatum down low. Thunder with the rebound. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Indoors, from the moment Jason Tatum entered the NBA, he has been the guy on his team. How big a burden do you think that is for a player to carry?
Well, Jason Tatum, regardless of how much responsibility he has always worn it gracefully. This young man, from the time he was a little kid in St. Louis, has dreamed of leading an NBA team. He is doing exactly that.
Williams outside.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Back to Tatum. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Holmgren with the steal.
And you've got to do a better job of making sure the defender isn't in your space. I mean, if you're going to pump fake, you've got to make sure he doesn't have a chance for the steal.
Pass to Holmgren.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Outside Williams.
2 minutes.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. To the paint. Here's Holmgren. He can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Horford. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Chet Holmgren has a slender frame, but he's determined to still protect the rim. Coach Daigneault said he'll get dunked on 10 straight times if that's what the game calls for. He paused and he added, he won't actually get dunked on 10 straight times. He's going to get a couple of those, too. Kevin certainly will.
I agree. David, he is fearless. And now Williams running the floor all by himself. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Now here is Holiday. The kick out to Tatum. Trying to find Gilgeous-Alexander. Gets it to him. Here's Dort. And the 3 off target. Celtics trail by 5. Tatum. Tatum slips by the contact inside.
Well, Jason Tatum has worked hard to fill out his frame. It's not going to bother him that you're bringing a level of physicality.
Here's Williams. And finished off by Williams.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Pass to Caruso. Down low. Oklahoma City moving it around. Hartenstein. And stolen by Horford. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Thunder lead 5-5. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the 3rd quarter. And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Celtics trail by 5. Here's Holiday. The kick out to Tatum. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
The wide open look here for Holiday. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's White with the rebound. It's deflected. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it after the basket by Boston. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, 7'3" doesn't need much of a vertical, easy finish for KP.
Doris, some great shooters on this Boston team, but at times, don't you think they settle from the perimeter?
Well, Kevin, obviously, this is a coaching staff that puts a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. They led the league in makes, they led the league in attempts. But obviously, your two best players, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their size and athleticism and driving ability, you want to try to find the right balance. They do a great job of that.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Offensive fans now on the court. It's your squad. Get loud and a little fury. The Corinthians fans will get a t-shirt. Come on, everybody.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. The Celtics with the lead. Outside, Porzingis. Outside, White. Screen by Porzingis. From deep. Deflected by Hartenstein.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise.
Here's Wallace. Pass to Williams. Porzingis with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Boy, what terrific body control. Jaylen Brown, so athletic, loves to compete. Love it.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
There's White, following the score by Oklahoma City. Back to Tatum. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
That is just tremendous focus from Jason Tatum. This guy has gotten so good at walling off defenders and finishing plays.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Now, here's Holmgren. He has yet to score. Well, DB, it didn't take long, did it, for Holmgren to live up to his draft status?
Holmgren, Kevin, was an immediate impact player on both ends of the floor. At his size, to be able to shoot with range and the rim protection he provides, it was absolutely worth the wait for his team. This young man has got a toughness that has shocked even me.
And the basket by Hauser. Hauser's got the lead up to 6 now for the Celtics.
Well, what you love about Kristaps Porzingis at 7'3", he can see over any defender, and he's a terrific passer, guys. Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
And the foul called on Casey Wallace. That's foul number 2 for him.
Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes have gone.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It doesn't go for him. Three-pointer. And it's White missing. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, they can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Austin making a switch here. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
.56 seconds left here in the third quarter. Brown outside. Pass to Porzingis. Out to White. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it goes out of bounds. That one off George. We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter. The kick out to Tatum. A wide open look here for Porzingis. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Porzingis has got 7.
Well, in the modern NBA, a big that can shoot with range, so important. Kristaps Porzingis from 3.
Here's Brown. Brown jams it in.
We've got to get this guy in the dunk contest. Jaylen Brown taking flight with that insane athleticism.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Austin on top, up by 8. We're going to step aside for just a second.
29.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Trailing here by 8. Pass to Caruso. Fires the 3. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
He is just not taking smart shots out there. A pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Yep, that one goes in there.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Buries it from 3-point range.
Boy, Lou Dort was dialed in from distance. You give him that corner look, he's taking it.
Brown outside. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Tatum. Stolen by Dort. Here's Holmgren. There's Williams with the 3. They grab their own miss. Dort left side. To the left wing. 4 on the clock. Caruso with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. Holmgren can't hit. Boston leading by 7. Outside Holiday. Outside Porzingis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Porzingis has got 10 points here in the second half.
I mean, how do you guard a 7'3" guy who can drain the 3 with great regularity? The range is ridiculous.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Back to White. Tatum a screen. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
And we talk about Derek White, Doris. How impressive has his rise been?
Kevin, it's been both impressive and sometimes feels improbable. He was not highly recruited. There were no expectations on him when he arrived in the NBA. This guy has turned himself into one of the premier defenders from the guard spot, an excellent shot blocker, and so rock steady as a ball handler on the offensive end.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. It's good.
And once Holmgren gets the ball in there, he can finish in so many ways.
And so it's Holiday with it. They'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They've led by as much as 10.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. And he drops it in from the low post.
It's very long, and SGA so effective around the hoop because of that length.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Third team foul.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Back to Tatum. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Celtics?
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
Jason Tatum continues to emerge, guys, as one of the most elite players on both ends. We know on the offensive end he's a dangerous 3-level scorer. He's also capable of locking you up defensively.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Free throw dropped for Holmgren.
And something to like about Holmgren is his ability to run the floor. A 7-footer who can get up the court in a hurry and get to the rim before the D gets set.
And here's Brown outside. Good on the triple. And the Celtics lead by 9.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Holmgren with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Dort left side. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Holmgren. Nails the 16-footer. 9 points for Chet Holmgren.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
When you're not in rhythm with the 3-ball, why do you keep firing from there?
It's Dort on the wing. First free throw is good, and that turns the lead to 6. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would love to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
Back to Brown. It's White on the wing. Boston needs to get off a shot. Here's Porzingis. Pass to Tatum. A three-pointer, no good. Here's Oklahoma City now. 6-point game. Now here's Holmgren. Guarded by Porzingis. It's up a 3. The rebound by Holiday. Here's White. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris.
Season 5 was won by Greatness 1221 in the theater. Breaks an ankle and elevates for a full spin to win the game. So much motion. Turns out your bones are more aerodynamic than you might think. And your Season 6 winner was just joshing in the wreck, avoiding the near block and presenting the 2-for-1 alley-oop coupon. Don't discount this play. It saves the basket and showcases some real team chemistry on the fast break. Decision time once again. Choose your second finalist for Top Play of the Year. 3 great options, but only one is moving on. The final 2 are in your hands. Stay tuned to find out who takes home this year's title of Top Play of the Year. Thanks, everybody.
Your Top Play of the Year finalists will be up for the championship vote next week.
And you will find out which play takes the win as a part of our annual 2K TV Awards episode coming out June 13th.
I can't wait. This is the time of the year where we wrap up our season and celebrate all of you, the community, and everything you've accomplished in 2K25.
We are recognizing standout community members in these categories.
And winners will receive not only bragging rights, but some pretty sweet rewards. A copy of NBA 2K26 with VC, My Team cards, and so much more.
If you think you might be in the running for one of these awards, be on the lookout for an email and an in-game message from us. Do not delete it. Make sure you don't delete it.
Don't delete it. So get out there and show us what you've got. We'll be watching.
Enjoy the game. Welcome to a special episode of NBA 2K25. This week we have more interactives and you vote for the top play of the year finalists.
Ooh, can't wait for that. But first, ready to earn some VC with some 2K TV interactive?
And remember, all interactives in this special episode are presented by Hotels.com.
A team in a playoff series has a potential of playing 16 total road games. So, what is the record for most road wins in an NBA playoff run?
Is it 7?
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see New York against Atlanta. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. Here we go. And so off the tip, it's New York. Harrington with it. Picked up by Nowitzki. And the basket by Harrington.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Harrington with the rebound.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
Team first.
And there's the call on Roy. That is his first foul of the game.
His first. Team second.
Pass to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Nice find by Gilgeous-Alexander. He reads the floor so well.
Here's the Hawks with the ball. 4-point game. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Here's Wade, and it's Wade with the jam.
And there's the slam by Wade, such a remarkable athlete.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The layup missed.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Wade gets the bucket.
And those pull-up jumpers are going to serve Wade well. He's got great hands, and he doesn't get out of rhythm.
Screen by Adams. Gilgeous-Alexander. And he banks in the layup.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him to clean the look.
Wade can't hit. It's tipped. Nowitzki with the steal. Outside Roy. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Yeah, never shy about mixing it up inside. Roy, a great finish.
Right side. It's, oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible. Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot two. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander.
He gets right to the rim, but the defense there to deter him.
And the first one drops.
And there are so many reasons to be a fan of Wade's. This young man's ceiling is sky high.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Adams. And stolen by Nowitzki. Outside Roy. Looks for Nowitzki. Gets it to him. .104 left to play in the first quarter. Good on the shot.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Here's Harrington. Score the basket, his second of two attempts.
And Edwards makes so many winning plays, including finding his open teammates.
They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Edwards. Pass to Harrington. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Al Harrington. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the first. Rondo with a clean look. Buries it from three-point range.
He's just gotten so much better at being able to pull up in traffic there off the dribble. Rondo can make the D pay if you fall asleep.
Here's Adams. Adams drawing the double team. Shot clock at 6. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Harrington, quite the role player. A big man with a soft stroke from deep. Prime time shooter when he gets it going.
And both free throws good for Harrington.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Wade has the open look. Offline with his three. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter, Clark in the top. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
The visiting team, 14.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Yeah, turning defense into offense, getting out in the open floor. This is exactly what they wanted.
Now here's Rondo. Here's Lillard. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Productive habits pay off for Lillard. He's always working on his offense to refine his skill.
Here is Edwards. Edwards slashing inside. And he gets the bucket.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense. Yeah.
And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
And Atlanta has possession. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Adams. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. New York moving the ball around. And Adams with the slam.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for New York. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be his second foul of the game. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Pass to Lillard. Five on the clock. Again, the miss by Lillard.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Kept alive. Second chance effort. Edwards with it. Lillard picks him up. Back to Edwards. Rebound, Atlanta. And the foul called on Edwards. That'll be his second foul of the game.
2 seconds.
A minute 50 left in the first half of basketball. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
And he uses the glass on the layup. Adams has got 6.
Tossing a pass to the interior. That's what you want to do. Get into the paint.
Pass to Jokic. Oh, he misses the dunk.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Lobbed up there for Collins. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Here's Edwards. Oh, what a physical score from Edwards.
Well, Edwards is such a strong player. Skilled at absorbing contact and still finishing.
Drills the three-pointer. He has 5.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Harrington inside. Lays it up off the glass. And New York leads by 3. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Lillard outside. There's a screen by Collins. Lillard attacking. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
That first step of Lillard, deadly.
Driving in. Snatched up. Covington with the steal. Looking for Adams. He gets it there. Jokic grabs the miss. Covington with the steal. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. It's stolen by Edwards. Got it!
Oh, amazing! Perfect timing there.
Oh, beats the buzzer from way down court. These fans are stunned.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. New York leads by 4. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. So it's the Hawks now, trailing by 4. Pass to Lillard. Here's McDaniel. to Lillard. Lets the three fly. And it's rebounded by Covington. New York leading by 4. Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Sinks the triple. And New York leads by 10.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Back to Sabonis. And a slam dunk by Sabonis.
Oh, that's a high IQ play from such a young player. Wade found his man easily off the screen.
And it's Wade with the ball for Atlanta. 90 seconds now into the second half. And no good. Nice D from Williams. New York leading by 8. Rose goes in. Oh, and the jam by Rose.
How about the heart on display here tonight from Rose? Just flawless in his attack at the rim. Boy, it's tough to match his quickness.
Now, here's Wade. He has 7. Tipped away. And now Rose running the floor all by himself. Can't hit from in close. Here's Atlanta now. Here's Roy. And Anunoby sends it back. Rose in the post. And Anunoby outside. Pass to Thompson. Klay Thompson with that deep range.
With his strong shot mechanics, these long-range shots tend to look easy for Thompson.
Wade outside. And they get it back. There's Sabonis. Bradley with some nice D.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Here's Rose. Rejected by Nowitzki. Wade from outside. Offensive rebound. Nowitzki outside. And a miss there on the triple. New York leading by 13. Anunoby has the open look. And again, New York with the triple.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. Pass to Nowitzki. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Wade. And then Wade slams it in.
And the power of Dwayne Wade on display. Rare for a two-guard.
And it's Rose penetrating. Here's Anunoby. His three-pointers off the mark. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. New York ahead. They finish off the third quarter on a 14-4 run. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. New York leading by 14. Upside Rose. A shot by Thompson. No one's around. On the wing, Thompson. Some nice passing by New York here. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Rondo, and it's good off the back rim and in.
And, you know, he's proven to be capable at sinking that mid-range jump shot. Rondo has to be respected from that part of the floor.
Now here's Bradley. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Lillard left side. There's a screen by Collins. And that's good. Damian Lillard for three.
A downright lethal three-point threat. Lillard is someone defenders must stay attached to if they want to have any impact.
Now here's Rose. That one's not going to go. Good D by Rondo. Lillard looking around. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Some nights, Lillard can just keep going and going.
Here's Rose. And Rondo sends it back. Pass to Jokic. Oh, threw it down. Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Now, here's Lillard. Lets it go with a three. A three-pointer is right on target.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
And providing the support, boy, they need it. That stops a 12-0 run by the Hawks.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Outside Collins. Another three for Atlanta.
And pressure doesn't get to Collins. Baskets like that prove how locked in he is.
Now here's Rose. The kick out to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. .112 left in the fourth quarter. Collins with some nice D. That's a 2 from Lillard. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Outside Rose. Outside Williams. Shot on the wing. It's good.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Now, here's Collins. Lillard, right side. To tie it up. Yes! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
His team is in a tight spot, but Lillard keeps his cool, totally focused on getting them what they need.
Here's Williams. The kick out to Rose. Back to Williams. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Collins.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
So the first one drops, and that gives them the lead. So it gets them both, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, free throws put them in an excellent position to win this thing now. It's all in the hands of the D.
To the middle. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Wade from outside. Got it! Oh, what a hit!
That is such a tough shot.
Down it
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And joining us from the sidelines is David Aldridge. Screen by Porzingis. Here's Tatum. Poke loose. It's stolen by Dort. All going up court.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
The three from Tatum.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Pass to Holmgren. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
Now White shoots over Caruso. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Here's Holmgren. Outside Williams. 5 on the clock. Back to Holmgren. And they pick up 2.
I mean, sneaky. When he moves around the floor, Holmgren takes you out of the play, slips past, and just rolls to the hoop.
Now here's Tatum. Drives to the hoop. Can't connect from short range.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Caruso, no good. Boston off to a slow start. Looking for the first basket of the game. Pass to Brown. Tatum, that's for 2. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
This is how refined Tatum's motion is. He needs so little setup time.
Over in the corner, Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now Caruso. And Derek White picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Here's Holmgren. Rebounded by the Celtics.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
And Holmgren pulls it down.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, we can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. The wide open look here for Porzingis. And the shot no good, a bit short. Pass to Holmgren. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Holmgren's got 7.
And playing up tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
Now here's Tatum. He takes it in. The layup missed. And here are the Thunder now. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Caruso, no good. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. It's a 10-point game. Outside Holiday. Cans it from downtown.
3 points.
A solid outside game. Holiday has good lift on his J. And at 6'4", he can get his shot off against just about anybody.
For 3, Holmgren.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
The kick out to Tatum. Here he goes. To Porzingis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Holmgren. The Celtics shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a 3-point attempt.
And the second free throw, good. Last one's off, and they'll settle for 2 points. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Thunder.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
Outside, Dort. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. To the middle. Here's Holmgren.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates, is a big part of it.
And looking at Tatum's game, he really doesn't have a weakness. He can give it to you in a variety of ways.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
Pass to Porzingis. Back to Holiday. Thunder with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10. Back to Williams. Inside. It's tipped. Stolen by Holiday. To the inside. Porzingis. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Celtics trailed by 4. Holiday left side. Tatum a screen. Out to White. This one for 3. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. White's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Stolen by Holiday. Left side, Tatum. Right a screen. It's White on the wing. Shoots over Dort. And it's White missing.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Outside Tatum. Oh, what strength and power from Tatum. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
Porzingis with the ball. He's picked up by Holmgren. Brown's shot is good.
Brown does a nice job of staying ready and making himself a weapon off the ball.
And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Holiday goes in. Brown outside. Back to Tatum. Out to White. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
Oklahoma City trailer. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And once Holmgren gets the ball in there, he can finish in so many ways.
To the paint, Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Here's Dort. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
Out to White. And the three off target. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 in the quarter.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. It's the Thunder as they dominate the last minutes of the quarter on an 8-0 run. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game, and so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball, and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. The wide open look here for Hartenstein. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
And knocking down shots in the mid-range area really forces teams to have to adjust their defense.
Well, look, he's got the length to get that shot off regardless of how the defense plays.
Here's Tatum driving to the basket.
And how about Tatum there using his muscle, easily absorbing the contact and still able to knock down the shot.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. We've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Seconds now into the second half. Screen by Hartenstein. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. Down low. Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Oklahoma City leading by 5. And one of the most respected players in the NBA is Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a 3-time Teammate of the Year award winner. He's also a Sportsmanship Award winner. He is a pro's pro.
Oh, that's too smooth. I mean, Gilgeous-Alexander with some clever playmaking there.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Inside. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. And that's now 9 points for Porzingis.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin? Sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that. Pass to Caruso. Over Porzingis. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
.153 left to play in the third. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now. And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stats. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
A nice shot by Hartenstein. 1:22 left here in the third quarter. Outside Tatum. Here's the three. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've led by as much as 10. Williams. The rebound by Holiday.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Outside Tatum. Pass to White. Jacks up a three. Tatum's shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now Hartenstein. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Celtics trail by 4. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. 13 foul.
There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Tatum. The flush by Tatum.
Tatum, good for at least one highlight finish a night. This guy is box office.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Oklahoma City out in front, up by 4. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. With an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, able to listen in on what Joe Mazzulla was going over with his team. He said to his guys, we need to push the pace more. Come on, guys, we're at our best when we're attacking in transition. Energy up now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Pass to Holiday. On the wing, Brown. Right side, Porzingis. Just 5 to shoot. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Good D by Holmgren.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Outside, Dort. Pass to Caruso. Dort wide open. And dead on that time. Beautiful shot. Dort got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Thunder. Outside, Porzingis. Now here's White. And there's the foul. Going Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Thunder on D. Pass to Holiday. Screen by Porzingis. Over to the wing. 2 on the clock. Back to Holiday. Holmgren with the block.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity.
The Thunder lead by 6. Outside, George misses the 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good. We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Holmgren the screen. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Tatum no good. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Out left to the wing. Outside, Dort. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. And the Thunder lead by 9. Screen by Porzingis. To the inside. The kick out to Brown. And the rejection by Holmgren. And it's out of bounds and last touch by Holmgren. Three on the clock. Brown, no good. The Thunder leading by 9. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Holiday with the block.
An aggressive defender who pressures ball handlers. Nobody should be surprised to see Holiday sending shots away.
Celtics trailed by 9. Left side, Brown. And a missed layup. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Williams with a clean look. Another shot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Third personal foul.
And something to like about Holmgren is his ability to run the floor. A 7-footer who can get up the court in a hurry and get to the rim before the D gets set.
Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, you know, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
Back to Tatum. And nothing is falling for him right now. The Thunder leading by 11.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Thunder.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching any lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Chet Holmgren.
He has really stood out tonight with his work on the glass. You can see the extra effort coming through.
29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside, George. Fade away. And Boston with the rebound. Tatum on the wing. Williams for 3. Good on the three-point shot. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So now for Greg Anthony. We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder matched up against the defending NBA champions, the Boston Celtics. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. Outside, Williams. Outside, Dort. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From the left block, here's Holmgren. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
I mean, length and skill. And Holmgren has a lot of both.
That's to Porzingis. And these two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin briefly spoke with Joe Mazzulla. He said SGA has this special ability to lull a defender into a slower pace and then suddenly make a quick move that leaves everybody just standing there. Coach feels the attention has to be on him. He wants to force somebody else to beat them. Guys?
Thank you, David. Williams with a clean look. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Not everyone has the green light to take that free in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Back to Porzingis. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
Well, you want Kristaps Porzingis to insert himself off the rebounding aspect, go to the offensive board, and cash in.
Now, here's Caruso. Dort with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Here's Caruso. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Doors, some great shooters on this Boston team, but at times, don't you think they settle from the perimeter?
Well, Kevin, obviously, this is a coaching staff that puts a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. They led the league in makes, they led the league in attempts. But obviously, your two best players, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their size and athleticism and driving ability, you want to try to find the right balance. They do a great job of that.
And here is Caruso. Following the three from Drew Holiday.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
Outside Tatum. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. 2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
1:58 left in the first. There's the lob to Brown. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Boy, you get a real glimpse of the explosiveness of Jalen Brown. What a big-time finish.
Knocked loose. It's stolen by White. Outside Holiday. No good. That would have tied it. The Thunder leading by 3. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams for 3. The rebound by Holiday.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Outside Tatum. Drives to the hoop. And the dunk by Tatum.
Well, just the power and authority sends a powerful message to the defense. Go to work, Jason Tatum.
Pass to Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Back to Tatum. Nice defense from Dort.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Picked up by Brown. Holmgren wide open. A three-pointer off the mark. Brown right side. The kick out to Tatum. Just 3 on the clock. Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
He's put on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Thunder. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. What do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Man, why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
On the wing, Holiday. Here's Porzingis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Porzingis has got the lead up to 1 now for the Celtics. And when Porzingis goes to work inside, Doris, there are not a lot of answers for his size.
We know, Kevin, obviously, that post-ups become less and less a part of the game, but still an important one opportunistically. And you talk about efficiency in the post, that is Kristaps Porzingis. But not only that, the mid-range game is there, the three-point game is there, and the defense is there.
Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Taken away by Holiday. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Still yet to score. Porzingis with the rebound. Left side, Tatum. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Williams. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Williams has got 8.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has such great synergy with his teammates.
Pass to Tatum. Tipped away. Stolen by Dort. Now here's Williams. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. To the inside. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it falls over the rim and in. Now it's a 4-point Thunder lead. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
And here's the fast break. Holmgren leading the way. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
That attitude growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA. And sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Pass to White. 1:33 left in the first half. Banked in off the glass.
Well, Derek White showing you I can put it on the deck and finish off a pretty drive. Nicely done, Derek.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on White.
Yeah, easy call.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. The people in the know how good of a defender he is.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. Taken away by Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Outside Williams. Driving in. Here's Caruso. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Screen by Hartenstein. Shot clock at 5. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Hartenstein's got 4 this quarter. Down low. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, what a pretty pass. Throw to the open spot. Lead your teammate perfectly.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Thunder lead by 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the 3rd quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Celtics trail by 3. Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, Absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise.
Lock at 6. Back to Hartenstein. Outside, Dort. And a miss there on the triple. And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. It's a 3-point game. You know, Doris, from the moment Jason Tatum entered the NBA, he has been the guy on his team. How big a burden do you think that is for a player to carry?
Well, Jason Tatum, regardless of how much responsibility he has always worn it gracefully. This young man, from the time he was a little kid in St. Louis, has dreamed of leading an NBA team. He is doing exactly that. From the moment Jason Tatum stepped into this league, he has been a guy who has wanted the burden offensively, and he has delivered.
And Torch gets it to go.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Now here is Holiday. Here's Horford. Pass to Brown. Goes up with it. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The Thunder leading by 4. Caruso with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Here's Hartenstein. Al Horford with the rebound. In the corner, Tatum with it. Back to Horford. Knocked away. And stolen by Caruso. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. The Thunder have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity strike. That's a huge factor.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alteration. Celtics making a change here. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander shows you he's not afraid to draw contact now. Gets to the free throw line.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line. If you mention the best players in the NBA, Doris, you have to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How's he made the leap so fast?
Yeah, Kevin, this is an interesting growth and development story because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has shocked everybody. He can get to any spot on the floor. He's one of the most relentless drivers in the game. You have to respect his three-point threat, which balances out that dribble drive game, and he's willing to compete defensively. The sky is the limit for this young man.
The Thunder leading by 8. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. We thank you for the report. Here's Hartenstein. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Hartenstein's got the lead up to 10 now for the Thunder.
Well, pretty pass from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy can score it, but make sure you're lifting up the guys around you.
Trade good.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Hartenstein can't get it to go. And so it's Boston with it. .122 left to play in the third. Cornette. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Hauser. Nothing on the board. 5 on the clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Screen by Porzingis. White drives in. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. 8 points for Porzingis.
That's an excellent decision. Playing in the pick and roll, just understanding where the windows are, delivers it right in the pocket.
Here's Wallace. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Pass to Hauser. And stolen by Williams. And here we go. Fast break. Wallace has got it. And Derek White picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. 13 foul. Now into the lineup for the Thunder. Number 7.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Celtics on D. They trail by 3. Carries it from 3-point range. White with it. To the paint. There's Porzingis.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
And here is Wallace. And we've reached the end of the third. Oklahoma City out in front. They're up by 4. And when
39.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus.
Here they come. It's Celtics Entertainment.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, guys, during the last break, here's what Mark Daigneault was telling his team. He said to them, keep building this lead, guys. Don't take your foot off the gas. Keep working hard. Run our stuff. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Celtics trail by 4. Now Tatum outside Porzingis, and the 3 off target. Gilgeous-Alexander with it, now guarded by Porzingis.
Derek White, 3rd personal foul, 1st team foul.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. Back to Holmgren. Clock up 2 there. And that's now 6 points for Chet Holmgren.
And once Holmgren gets the ball in there, he can finish in so many ways.
Here's Tatum. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not only embraced it, he's thrived under it.
Here's Holmgren. Plays it up and banks it in. Holmgren's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game.
2nd team foul.
Oklahoma City leading by 6. Outside, Dort sinks the three-pointer.
Being ready on the catch, such an important skill, and Lou Dort's confidence really starting to grow.
Right side, Tatum. Pass to Brown. Inside. There's Porzingis. And the rejection by Holmgren. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. Poke loose. Outside, Dort. There's the screen. Pass to Caruso. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Celtics trail by 9. White wide open. He fires. Drills it from outside.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Here's Williams. Over to the wing. A good look from Holmgren. The basket is good off the assist from Williams.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or 2.
Tatum goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Dort.
I love when Jason Tatum is aggressive to score the basketball. He does a tremendous job keeping his focus. You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Holmgren.
I mean, sneaky. When he moves around the floor, Holmgren takes you out of the play, slips past, and just rolls to the hoop.
Holiday goes in. And here's Porzingis for a 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, one thing we know, Porzingis is fearless. He had no hesitation on what was a huge basket for them.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. To the middle. Here's Dort. Rebounded by the Celtics. A minute 20 left to play in the final quarter. Got a piece of it. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. For 3, Holmgren knocks down the 3 ball. Holmgren's got 11 points here in just the second half. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Thunder.
I like their defense today, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
Oh, you love the aggressiveness and the swagger that Porzingis has to take that shot. Such a clutch play from the Latvian.
One-on-one here.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Pass to Caruso. Now here's Williams, guarded by Holiday. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
19 seconds left in the 4th quarter. To the inside. Porzingis. Good! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
And wow, what a time to tie this game up, guys.
Incredible fortitude to bounce back like this. I think we're setting up for an awesome finish.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Caruso with the steal. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We've got more hoops coming your way. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Here we go. And here is Tatum to take the lead. Takes it inside. Outside, Porzingis. Just 5 to shoot. Yes! And the foul. That one on Dort.
Guys, how about that body control from Porzingis? You think it's easy at 7'3" to gut your way through that kind of contact? That's nice.
Thunder trailing by 3. Pass to Holmgren. And it's good for 2.
Guys, this is what you call a generational talent. Holmgren is bound to fill up the highlight reel every night he plays.
Tatum a screen. Poked away. Outside, Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. Off target from 3-point range. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Stolen by Tatum. To the paint. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got the lead up to 3 now for Boston.
Well, we know that when Kristaps Porzingis is in rhythm, he can string together a stretch of play where he is sustaining an offense.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Pass to Dort. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. 4 on the clock. And stolen by White. Outside Tatum. Outside Porzingis for 3. It's good from long range. Porzingis has got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, this is where Porzingis thrives. He is shot ready on the catch.
Outside, Dort. From deep, Williams. Boston grabs the miss.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Tatum downhill. And he can't jam it through.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
Here's Holmgren. Yes!
Oh, staying cool in a clutch moment. Holmgren not letting his inexperience get the best of him.
And it's slammed in by Holiday.
Oh, fearless shot there by Holiday. With the whole team counting on him, he is able to come through.
Now, Caruso. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Dort. Here's Holmgren. Pass to Caruso. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the triple. White, a good look. No good. And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Dort.